Hello, I'm Pam Hoffman, Everyday Spacer.
I'm Jeff Miller, 2049 Outfitters, and we've got David and Cliff here already.
Awesome.
Uh,
Oh,
yep,
cool.
yep,
Yeah, it's been amazing.
yep. And hi, Cliff.
I should have put that in my notes. We'll talk about that. All right, so at Everyday Spacer, we show regular folks how to personally and directly participate in space exploration, science, and astronomy. We're here on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific Time, 12 midnight Eastern Time, and 2 p.m. on Saturday in Queensland, Australia. We are broadcasting live from Thousand Oaks, California. Thank you so much for joining us.
And hi, Scott. Thank you for joining us
Scott.
today. Yep. Okay, tonight Pam will be doing a clear sky chart demonstration. We'll be back in 8.3 seconds. Okay. What is a clear sky chart? To quote from their website, it's the astronomer's forecast. It shows at a glance when, in the next 96 hours, we might expect to clear and dark skies for one specific observing site. And
here it is. And once upon a time, it was for 48 hours, so it's kind of cool. Here's the site. I made it really big so we can see things. I am going to slide over just a little bit here.
Hi, David. Oh, and
yeah.
Hi, Anthony.
Welcome. Yes, good evening to you too. All right, so.
And this is it without the accent.
Excellent. In general, this clear sky chart can be read in columns. So as you see here, there's a lot of blue here, there's a lot of blue here, and then there's a bunch of white. And each row covers a different area. Cloud cover, ECMWF cloud, and they talk about that a little bit later on. Transparency, seeing, it's a special term used by astronomers, and darkness.
You mentioned blue and white. What are the better colors on there?
So what you're looking for the most is a column of blue. If you can get as many blue in this column, the more the better. And it has to do with all these different pieces over here. They also cover smoke, wind, humidity, and temperature. And these ones won't be blue necessarily. So like Jeff said, and we just pulled it right off the site, it's the astronomer's forecast. Basically, it will show you these things. However, it will not show you things like marine layer, which is something we get out here. In fact, I was out Tuesday night with my class, and the marine layer rolled right in. Darn it. We did not get any observing in whatsoever, but we did have something to study. So when it's cloudy or inclement, it's kind of a good time to take a look at some books you have, printouts you have, and there's lots and lots of wonderful information. Like we talked about this clear sky chart a little bit even during class last Tuesday. I had a moon thing because it was a pretty big moon, but we just did not get to see even the huge moon that night. So this is specifically intended for astronomers. I do suggest you look at your local weather as well, because that might cover things like marine layer too. And they did talk about where it comes from. Yeah, you had something?
Oh, David said it's very blurry. Can the image be sharper?
I don't know how to do it if that is the case. I can make it bigger. It will blow things kind of out though. So let's see.
How about hit F11?
Tell me if that helps. Oh yeah, I can make it taller too. Tell me if that helps, David. Thank you for the feedback. I really appreciate that.
Oh, and then Scott says that his image is sharp.
Your image is sharp. Okay.
So David might just be the trip. Hey, Cliff, how's it looking on your end?
Yeah, that's a good question. They're both in Australia.
Oh, Cliff, is this American only or what?
Yeah, I'm going to get to that. It's not just the United States, but I will talk about the areas it covers. I just kind of wanted to go right on down this page at first. So I will make this bigger or smaller as we need.
Yeah, and hey, if it doesn't cover your area, maybe you can use this as an example and bug someone into making.
Yeah, and that was part of what I was going to ask too. Is there something like this near you? Is this something? Oh, it's okay. Oh, you adjusted the settings there, Dave. Awesome. Okay. Well, I'm really glad that's helping you. I'm gonna.
Oh, and Cliff said that it's okay on his end.
It's okay there too. All right. So let's see let's make it just a little bit more easy to see all of it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's see. There are charts in a lot of locations. In fact, I think they have like 6,000 of them. Yeah, here we go. 6255 charts. And they cover areas in Canada, the United States, parts of Mexico, and I think there is the Bahamas too. So if you want to look at, by keyword or Latin lawn, there's some options on the left side of this. Yeah, and then you just hit the find. It's like a lot of search engines. And if you want to just browse, they have a newest charts. I've never really looked at that because I look at where I am. In my case, it's California. And I'll pull that up in a little bit as well. But here you go, Canada, 1,388 charts. Mexico, 18. 3 in Bahamas. And in all of the United States, and it covers basically all 50 states, 4,845 charts in the US. So they do have some other things going on here. And I've got a bigger version of this coverage map. And I think I have one of these too, the all charts in one map. But they do give you some good keywords here. Astronomy clubs, campgrounds, parks, and so on. So let's see what else is there. Oh, and you can get your own chart. They do have some specifications though, like are you too close to another one? 24 kilometers, 15 miles is their, they want a distance between two charts. And you can't be a commercial. Like I couldn't use it for where I go because I have, I'm creating something called Everyday Spacer, and it's more business oriented. But yeah, I have that up somewhere else too. We can talk about it in a minute. So here is, in fact, a clear sky chart, and this one's for Ottawa because they had a link over here on the first page, and this says, "Oh, go get one here," and this happens to be the one. And they definitely talk about the sponsored charts more than they talk about the unsponsored charts. So again, you have these columns, and see how we got a lot of blue going on here, except it's daytime.
Oh, and Cliff says,
yeah,
it just gets cloudy at sunset. Damn it.
Sometimes that is the case, but then it might clear up later too.
Yeah, that's what happened to you.
This right. Well, I drove out of it. That was the thing. When I drove home Tuesday night after, hosting my class, it was beautiful and clear, and I saw the big bright moon. And anyway, we will try again. All right, so they on every page they do tell what is it, but then they go into how do I read it. So they talk about the rows, but I think columns. The more blue a column is, the better. And we're talking about straight. And just so you know, these at the top are the times. So 0 is like midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on. 13 would be 1 p.m. in the afternoon.
So they're on 24 hours.
It's military. Time. Yeah, military 24-hour time. So you just pick like 6 o'clock. If it's, you can see right here. It's going to get dark a little bit later. Was that 8 o'clock? 21?
9 o'clock.
9 o'clock? 20. Okay. So it's staying late. And some of these have like a big moon as well. So they might be kind of more blue in this darkness category, or they'll be a little bit less because they do have a big moon. So they actually take that into account. There are some cool links here too: sun and moon data, roadmap, topo map, civil weather, satellites. I mean, absolutely, come here, browse around. I think it's useful too, especially if you're in those locations. And I really want to, find out if there are some in other places.
No, never clears up.
Never clears up. I'm sorry. That's sort of like Northern Ohio. Oh, and I wanted to mention too, if you would like to look for a chart in your area, we can talk about that too. Let's see, what does Dan say?
Daniel says it would be sweet if TV weather forecast would start using these.
That would be sweet. So let me go ahead and continue down here because, we know generally that we're looking for a column of as much blue as you can possibly get. And the darker, the better. And then they actually go into the percentages. Cloud cover. You've got overcast, 90%, 80, and so on. And here it's clear all the way down at the end. It's a very dark blue. So, yeah, definitely you want to read this. And that ECMWF cloud cover thing, that's on the sponsored pages. So let's say you were somewhere, you wanted to create one, you wanted to sponsor it. They might even give you a little bit more information. It's not the normal, but this takes the form of the European forecast. And that kind of makes me wonder, well, if they've got some information for Europe, why don't we have clear sky charts in Europe? So I don't know the answer to that. I have been using this for a long time. I haven't read every single word on every single page of the website. So maybe someday there will be clear sky charts for other places in the world. In fact, they had a thing here where you can say, oh, tell Alan, because I think it's somewhere in here. I don't see it right here. But tell Alan this is useful to you, and you can CC me too. That's Attila Denko. Because Alan's bosses would like to know if it's a useful chart. So, yeah. And you can, I would definitely say, try to hit them up for, can you expand to my area? I think that would be awesome if we had a worldwide clear sky chart for astronomers. All right, so what else do we have here? Transparency, too cloudy to forecast. So it's cloudy, we really can't tell what the transparency is. We got, and this one's not percentages, but poor, below average, average, above average, and transparent. I really like to look for the above average and transparent because I can accommodate for seeing. I do not know how to accommodate for transparency. If anybody out there knows, please tell me. I really want to understand how I can do better out in the field when it's a transparency issue.
And the transparency is just humidity in the air, right? Just
it's dust. Yeah, whatever. It's just, can you see things between here and there that are not clear sky?
Yeah. As opposed to seeing, which is the air itself, but this is stuff in the air between you and what you're looking at.
Yeah, I know how to accommodate for seeing, and I'll talk about that in a second too. How accurate have you found this for extended one? It doesn't go that long, Dave. In fact, it actually goes longer than it used to be. It used to be 48 hours, and I'll go back up here so you can kind of see. What we've got is Friday, and this is live, so I actually updated these just a few minutes ago. There's Saturday, Sunday, and basically it used to be just the 2 days. Now we're into Monday. Anything beyond that doesn't even appear here, Dave. Great question, though.
Yeah, because there's no way to predict that.
I think even this, the farther out you get, the more inaccurate it would become. That's just how weather works. It's a chaotic system, and that's a math term, chaotic.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see.
And we're dealing with more finicky things than just like what's the overall temperature going to be, or is it going to rain? We're looking at, okay, how much of the sky is going to be cloud covered, which is.
Yeah, and then there's weird things like here we get that marine layer going on. And all right, so seeing, and that is kind of like, and here's the way I like to describe it. You've got a hot summer day, you're on the road, and you kind of can see the shimmery in the air in front of you. That's kind of how seeing works. I think it has more to do with the movement of the air molecules in front of your telescope, that kind of thing. And one of the ways that you can overcome that is to don't bump up your amplification. Don't put in the better eyepiece that gives you a bigger view of it. It just amplifies the seeing issues as well. So keep it low and just, look for good nights. They also consider this either bad, poor, and they give like 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, average, good, or excellent. And a lot of people out here will say, oh, the seeing is bad, and I just don't care about that because I'm from Northern Ohio. And you know what? It's awesome here all the time. It's always nice with very, very few exceptions. So I'm not really worried about that.
Do you think they're using seeing in this sense, or seeing as in the generic, you can see stars? Because I think here the seeing is probably worse than Ohio because there's higher temperature higher temperatures in the air, and so more likely.
No, they're using the seeing in astronomy.
Oh, okay.
Astronomy terms. This exactly right here. This seeing category.
Yeah.
This information in here. They are definitely talking about seeing in
okay.
this particular.
Oh, and yeah, Cliff says seeing is that you said shimmer is the killer.
The shimmer. Well, but you can accommodate for that one. I don't know how to accommodate for a transparency issue. If it gets average or below or poor, it can really interfere. I think I'll take rough seeing over rough transparency any day. I think I saw another one.
Well,
Jeff.
a really good fuel air bomb would pretty much take care of the vapor in the air.
I have no idea what that is.
And it would flatten pretty much.
Okay.
Blocks.
Yeah. What do we got, Dave?
We use the app Clear Outside, and it covers a whole week.
That is fantastic. And you know what? I think we should do an episode about that. So how about you and I powwow a little bit, Dave, and we talk about what that is, where to find it, how to use it, and heck, if you want to do the review, we will definitely host you on the show for that. Thank you so much. I've been wondering about something like this for other locations, and I have a feeling that the farther out that one gets, the tougher it is as well.
Yeah, but it's good to see that other places have similar resources.
It's wonderful. All right, so then we have darkness, and that's pretty self-explanatory. Day to night.
Moon.
Yeah, well, yeah, the moon can be a factor too.
Oh.
What do we got, Cliff?
Oh.
Good to know. Oh, yeah. All right, good. Yeah, see, that's part of our show is you helping me and me helping you and Dave helping Cliff. It's wonderful. We really, really appreciate you being here. So they do talk about smoke. Here's the no smoke. That's dark blue. And then they have, I don't really understand these terms, 2 micrograms per meter squared?
Per cubic meter.
Cubic meter, yeah. Okay, here it is. This forecasts the amount of wildfire smoke, and that's actually a pretty big factor here in Southern California. We have various wildfires at times, having a calibrated effect on transparency. Oh, that's interesting. Appears to be overly optimistic, with observers reporting considerable smoke when this forecast reports no smoke. Okay, so any of the information in here, I would definitely read more of if you are, especially in these areas, Canada, the United States. If you're coming to visit, I know when Dave and Cliff were here, we definitely looked into some things, for this area while they were here. Yeah. They'd never seen the Big Dipper, for example, and I thought that they really enjoyed, coming to see that as well.
Yeah, but first about the smoke.
Yeah.
I think it's more of a reporting issue, is that there's fewer sites that report the smoke. Therefore, on this site, it's underreported simply because fewer people actually give them the data about the smoke, would be my guess.
Well, they do talk about it, and they have a lot of this in here. The data comes from Environmental Canada's wildfire smoke prediction system. And, if it's going to cover Canada, it may or may not cover the United States. So that might be a factor too. I'm not really sure. I haven't delved into this as much. I use this in general terms to check on my area where I'm going. And I haven't read a little bit about this, but I haven't delved into it so thoroughly that I know exactly what that is and what that means.
Yeah, Daniel, reminds me of how hams listen for various beacon stations to tell if frequency conditions are good.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yep.
Huh. Good to know. Thank you, Dan.
And Cliff, wow, the Dipper was huge.
Yeah, it's pretty big. It's pretty big. I kind of didn't know either things like what, you could see in Australia. Of course, I've never been there, so I didn't know about that would appear big to you. So that was pretty cool. I'm so glad you guys came out. Yeah, do we have another one?
Yeah, Mr. Jeff and Ms. Pam, can you explain and cover a bit about the dew point?
Well, Dave, that is a very good question. I don't really know much about it.
I can give you general terms. I can't give you equations or anything like that.
You might as well show us if you're going to talk.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know equations, but the dew point has to do with the humidity versus the temperature. The colder it is, the more likely the moisture is to come out. The more moisture there is, the more likely it is to come out.
And maybe we do an episode with, kind of delve into some of those, what is dew point, and like there was a fellow here from us, not Australia, Arizona. They both start with A, and he was like, I never heard of a dew shield before I came out here.
Well,
because in Australia, it's
or in
pretty,
Arizona.
In Arizona, yeah. Sorry.
Arizona's dry as
pretty dry.
Yeah, it was really dry.
Pretty dry, yeah.
Yeah. And Danielle says Harriet Tubman saved lives with her Big Dipper astronomy lessons.
I'd love to hear more about that, Dan.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing. All right, we have a couple more of these to finish up, and I have a few more pages I want to look at.
Yep.
So they do go into wind as well, humidity, temperature. Oh, do we have another comment?
Yeah.
Yay.
Cliff, can't see the Dipper at all, and Andromeda is very hard to see.
Oh, you can actually see Andromeda, though. It's probably very low on the horizon, I should think.
Yeah.
And the Dipper, yeah, it's just too far north. I mean, even here, some of it is, well, I think all of it gets below the horizon at times. And when I lived in Ohio, it never, ever did dip below the horizon. And so that's very weird to me to see it, to not see it in the sky.
Yeah. Yeah. The seeing for the Dipper is probably pretty bad for you with all the rock in the way.
Right. Okay. So humidity, ground level, temperature. Yeah. Near the ground again. How do I see full maps? I think we'll talk about that in just a minute. Oh, and they have conditions. May I put the chart on my website? Yes. If
your website does not make money from ads.
Right.
Does not charge admission.
Right.
And does not sell anything.
Yeah. So yeah, if I keep using it, we'll keep making them. And here, I think here it is. Please email, said Alan, an email, and feel free to copy me. I think that's Danko. Yeah. He needs to show his boss that his astronomy forecasts are actually being used. I should actually send a message too. Okay, run away. Oh, right.
So
Yes.
Kept pointed northward by follow the drinking gourd. Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that. All right, so let me delve into a little bit of, like, for example, I'm in California, so I would go to the California page and look. Now, maybe I know what all these things mean, and there are a lot in California. Of course, California is a pretty big state. Oh, and let me just talk about, did you have
there's a bunch of people here too.
Right. So they have the chart, and they give them names. Here's sort of a mini version of that big, what we saw over here. It's a mini version of that. Also, the light pollution, they have color-coded comments and links. So they'll tell you, this is the observing site of the Antelope Valley Astronomy Club, campground near Interstate. And when I got here, I couldn't tell what was going to be near me or my observing site. So I did something else. Yeah, you got a comment?
Yeah, Cliff saying, thought you would be quite amazed at the Southern Cross.
I would love to see that. Yeah, we can't see that here.
Yep.
At all, because again, rock planet.
Yeah, there's rock in the way.
So so you have a couple of clues. The name of the chart, as well as the comments or links. Where is it? But this still didn't really help me, especially with this many. If I was in Ohio, might have been a little bit easier, especially knowing more about Ohio. Oh, and you can see how these are kind of like, look how dark blue some of these are. And then we've got some white. So you actually kind of get an idea of kind of the area, what's covered. But I don't think that these are in alphabetical order by this name, not, region. However, yeah.
And our closest star, yeah.
You mean the sun?
Well, no, well, we're all close to that one. I think he's talking about Centauri.
Oh, Proxima Centauri?
Yeah.
Oh, that's okay. Interesting. So when I first used this, I went over to the map. And it says maybe slow. I think that's changed because a lot of the internet's even faster. But I brought it up here for you. Because, see, here we go. Clear sky charts in California. And you can see the whole entire state. And kind of get an idea of where you are. Also, you can zoom in and stuff. But I thought this was really cool. add light pollution map intensity 0 to 100. Look at how neat that looks. Let me get a little bit more of it in here. So you can kind of see it overlaid, or you can just go 100%. So that's what California looks like in terms of light pollution.
Yeah, that's kind of bad here. And of course, this, can you highlight that? That area is San Francisco. And then down here
Los Angeles.
is Los Angeles.
And so we're kind of closer to this area. So I remember when I first got here and first learned about this, because I didn't know about it before. I think I learned about it here. I would, and you can move this around. You click on it and drag. I would like zoom in and try and find, okay, where am I? So there's Santa Barbara, Oxnard, Los Angeles. I'm somewhere in between. Let's zoom in a little bit more. Santa Clarita. Okay, here we go. Thousand Oaks, right? So, and our observing spot is more out. Let's see, I think this is the one that kind of is closest to where I take people to go observing. David and Cliff have been here with me. And it's really kind of cool because you can move around. They're color-coded as well for this, light pollution issue. And if you click on them, you got a link, you got kind of a mini version of it. And I can just like right click, or you can click on it and then do open link in new tab to go there and see that map.
David says, early explorers around the 16th, 17th centuries used the Southern Cross to locate south below the equator.
Oh.
Yeah, because Polaris doesn't do you any good once you're below the equator.
Right. Very cool. Any more comments?
Yeah. Good on you. All down. Yeah, Yep. Well, we hope to get down there to be able to.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome. Stuff. I would love that. So let's see. Oh, and they talk about how to read this map. It's where the clear sky charts are available. Yeah.
Cliff was saying, was wondering where you took us.
Yeah. Well, okay. This isn't exactly the location. I'll zoom in a little bit to show you.
Yeah, that's just the closest.
It's the closest one. We were more, let's see.
Actually, we were pretty darn close. Yeah, we were south.
I think we were more in this region right here. And I keep bugging the park. I'm like, well, you could get a clear sky chart too for like right there.
Yeah, because I think that triangle is like where the park office is. Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. But yeah, and sometimes like when I'm looking at home, I think, yeah, I look at the rolling roof, and that's just some guy's observatory. He got a clear sky chart for his location.
Yeah, and rolling roof, he literally has a shed where the roof rolls off of his observatory.
So I might look at rolling roof and Oak Canyon Park and Eagle Ridge Observatory to get a better feel for how my area is, especially if they're closer. These are pretty far apart. Now this one, yeah, this one's, and there's like a mountain range in here. This one I don't really use because even here we've got kind of microclimates. It's very interesting. This is too far away here, Lagoon Observatory. But yeah, this one, probably the closest. And as you see, there's no other ones in this particular area.
Yeah, and Cliff says, love the horses too.
Did not like the light, however.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. Is there anything else in here to understand? Yeah, click to make it a small version. Click and drag the pan, roll the mouse, or zoom in and out. All right, so let me go ahead and show you this. So when I get ready for something, I will come here and I'll take a look. And as you can see, we got a lot of blue. Oh, except for here. Look, big moon night, right? It's a big moon. Late, especially late. But as you can see, we have a lot of nice weather. And every single page has kind of the nifty links. What is it? How do I read it? So everywhere you go on here is going to have this information, so you don't have to go back and forth to find it.
Yep.
All right. And they have a whole bunch of other things in here as well. So I definitely think it's worth looking around because this can be used by anybody. What are the well, okay, they have the Bortle scale in here too. If you haven't heard about the Bortle scale, this must be a link to it as well. Let me see. I haven't visited this yet, but yeah, here's a version of what they're calling the Bortle scale. It's how dark is your sight, and they give you some ways to tell.
Oh, Cliff said, and Steve's horses, he was fantastic. Yeah.
Oh, we never met Steve's horse. You met Steve's horse? Cool.
Yeah. We met Steve, but not his
horse.
We
met Steve, but not his horse.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I think this has got some pretty cool stuff, even if you are not in the United States, Mexico, Canada, the Bahamas. I would browse around, see what they say about different things. And if you are in those areas, there may be a chart near you. All right, so what do I have? Oh, here's one of those things, because they have all kinds of different things. This is a basic picture of where the charts, where you can find a chart for, a location where you can find a chart for. So yeah, there are a lot. So maybe one day they will expand to you. And if you want to write them, why the heck not? So this is just a different way to look at where the charts are. Bahamas, Canada. And you can pop to these. Oh, Cayman Islands. Well, they got one. Okay. So just kind of a different view that, everybody's got a different idea of what helps them the most. What looks good. Let's see what else I have here. Oh, I kind of skimmed over this before, but yes, you can request a map. I have a feeling that if you're in Australia or Europe or Asia somewhere, it's going to take a while, but hey, you never know. If you want one, see if you can talk to them about, well, okay, if they can't provide it, maybe they can help you find one where you are if you're in other places in the world, or maybe they can tell you how to go about getting it done. Yeah.
Oh, and Cliff says, I've been looking for that Bortle chart. Well, there you go.
All right, so let's see. I have, it's a wiki page. Let me grab
Bortle scale.
Yeah.
Oh, and let's.
Yeah, I would just put Bortle, Bortle, in a search and see what you can get. I don't know exactly what comes up for you folks for Wikipedia.
Yeah, that's the same.
It's the same? Okay. I just don't know how, because sometimes there's strictly US based sites, and sometimes there's other ones. And that's certainly, maybe we'll have a catch-all show of talking about little things like this that wouldn't take up a whole show, but might be interesting for a show altogether. All right, so let's see, where were we? Yes, you can get your own chart. Oh, and here is just a whole world version. It says you can click and drag. There we go. And these are all the ones in the whole world. It's also got, you can zoom in and out with.
Okay. I'm wondering who the heck is up there in the northern Canada territories.
I bet it's dark.
Well, especially certain weeks of the year, but
that's true.
Who's up there actually reporting this stuff? Yay.
Well, if someone's got a little telescope set up in their observatory of some sort, maybe they want that. And why the heck not? Because you can request them.
Yep. Scott says the sky chart would have really helped Fraser when he was using a telescope remotely that was located in Landers, California.
Oh, is that Fraser Cain?
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. I think I just had an extra one of these. Oh, I didn't really show you this either, so this is good. When you're here, you can click on any of these links for the list in the one case and the map in the other case. And I think this is how I first found. I think I looked at the list first, and then I'm like, yeah, I can't figure this out from 465 options. So I went to the map. Let's see what else I have. Oh, that's for later. Okay, back to us.
Back to us.
So that's kind of the demo of the Clear Sky chart. If you wanted me to look up a specific place for you and show you that too, that'd be really cool. I would love to do that for you. But otherwise, on with the show. Let us know. Let us know in the comments. Mm-hmm. Oh, here's the point at which I say get your free annual meteor shower chart by visiting meteorshowerchart.com. Fill in the form, press the button, and get yours for free. Thanks. That's you. You're up.
Okay. Show us again.
Yeah, where do I go here? Hang on. That one. It's this one.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Some stellar events this week. July 15th through July 22nd. Planets are still predominantly in the early morning. That changes as summer goes on. July 15th, Saturn and the Moon are in conjunction. July 16th, Mercury is at superior conjunction. Happy birthday, Mom. Also on July 16th, Unfold the Universe.
Oh, yes.
The Webb Space Telescope event.
And that's where that comes in.
Yeah.
Let's see. You want to share it? Share it. Yeah,
yeah.
thank you.
There we go. And from this, if the text isn't too clear, the Columbia Memorial Space Center, which is here in California, we're very excited to announce the Space Center as an official host site for the James Webb Space Telescope, NASA's next great science observatory. Join us next Saturday, July 16th, from 2 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific time at the Space Center, as we will offer a range of programs to bring the excitement of STEAM to the public. We'll have plenty of hands-on activities, Spanish programming, special presentations, and outdoor telescope viewing for all ages. All ages are welcome, and we will be charging our regular admission fee of $5.
And I just added that link into, oh, I think I have it here too, right?
Yeah.
Do we?
Yeah, I'm going to put a spec on.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't see it here, but it was a really big, long, hairy thing. So I put it in the chat. It should be clickable for you.
Yeah. So. And
I think I saw it. Yeah. Cliff asked James Webb Space. Yeah, this is the James Webb Space Telescope.
Yep. Yeah. So that's nifty. That's local. That's tomorrow here.
Yeah. If you're in the area, did they have? What did it say? Did it say virtual too?
It did. I didn't see anything about virtual.
No, I don't see anything about virtual too. Yeah, they have you go to this web, but it's like really boring. I don't know why. It doesn't seem to even talk about.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe events. Maybe events will do it. All right. So yeah, if you want to play around with that, there's the Columbia Memorial Space. They're on Facebook.
Yeah.
This was the announcement, and this was the page. Let's see what they have. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, that might be better. Let me add this one to the chat for you.
Cliff, what is your idea as wow? I don't know what you're referring to.
Yeah, help us out. Expand upon that, please.
Yeah. Okay, and there's the link.
Yeah, that's the other link as well.
Yep. Also, yeah, July 17th, Neptune and the Moon are in conjunction, one of which you can see easily. The other one might need some help.
Yep.
And Chelsea Bonestell, here we go.
Nope, not on there though.
Yeah. Oh.
Here it is.
There you go. And the International Moon Day. Put it back on.
Oh, yep. Okay.
Actually, I can read here.
Okay.
Mark your calendars for a special webinar about Chelsea Bonestell and one of his favorite subjects, the moon. And I must say that I really love Chelsea Bonestell's artwork.
Yes.
And this one is a virtual event, so you can attend.
Is it virtual and live?
I believe so. I thought I saw that.
There was at least one of these I read that said it's both.
I believe it's this one. So
okay.
Go ahead to the website internationalmoonday.org, and they'll have a
let me see if nope, that's something else. Let's see if this is it. Let's see if this will do it. If this will help, I'll put this in the chat as well, and it should become here we go. Chelsea Bonestell and the Moon. And I think we saw this. I think we saw this movie. It's basically, I know there was one about.
Yeah, stream the documentary. There may be a nominal charge, huh?
Oh, okay.
For some.
Not sure. Let me go ahead and drop this into the chat for you.
Yep.
So that it'll be a live clickable link. And Cliff had something.
Yeah, I'll bring it
the
back,
others
yes.
were. Oh, okay. Well, Cliff had something. Don't forget to. Cliff's.
Yeah.
Thanks. The others.
The others that put stuff like killing.
I don't know. Sorry. All right. So.
Couple
more. Busy
July,
week.
Yeah, July 18th, Jupiter and the Moon are in conjunction. Basically, the Moon's going and visiting everyone in the neighborhood.
Yeah.
July 19th, Pluto is at opposition, and new Globe at Night project begins.
There it is.
July or June. Oh, is that June? We're in July.
I'm sorry.
Okay,
That's
so
my bad.
so
Well, let's just go look at the website. How's that?
so
Let's see what
July.
it says.
Oh, Kane is in Fraser Kane.
Fraser Kane.
Cliff is saying weekly space hangout.
Yes, weekly space hangout.
Okay, Cliff, for a moment there, I was wondering if you were making a biblical reference. And I wasn't getting it, which is why I wasn't getting it, because you weren't making a biblical reference.
All right, so if you want to go over to share I got this up again.
Okay, there we go.
Globe at Night, and we did a whole show on this. You got just a few steps. Help them out. And let's go to... It's July 19th to 28th.
Okay,
I
July
just had a
19th
typo. Sorry.
That's okay. Let's get back to us. And so, Northern Hemisphere, you want to look for Hercules. In Southern Hemisphere, you want to look for Scorpius. And so you just take a picture, you report to the site, and give it a rating, and it helps build a picture of the light pollution around the world, essentially.
Oh, internet's slow for you. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, we had a bunch of issues last night with the internet too. It was completely down.
Yeah, I'm really glad it happened last night and not tonight.
Yes.
Otherwise, yeah, you wouldn't be seeing much of us.
Did you read the last quarter moon one?
Oh, on July 20th, last quarter moon. Also, on this day, Apollo 11 moon landing anniversary. So July 20th, first steps on the moon.
And I've created a whole page on this day in spacer history. It's got all kinds of cool stuff in there. So feel free to go in there and browse around. You might be surprised at the things you'll see.
Yep. Oh, Cliff says, yep. Yeah, talking about bad internet. Okay, also rounding out the week, July 22nd, a Friday night show. We'll either have a guest speaker or I'll do another Zooniverse project. Basically,
we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. And yeah.
Thanks.
So join us Friday nights at 9 p.m. Pacific time on the Everyday Spacer Facebook page and the Everyday Spacer YouTube channel. Also on July 22nd, Uranus and the Moon are in conjunction.
Got it. Was that the one we could see with binoculars? I think that was the one. Uranus is the one we could see with binoculars.
I think
which
so.
we found out like just a few weeks ago. All right, so other events and activities. What do you got? Guest? Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
We'll see.
We hope.
I'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, if he can work out his technical issues.
Yeah, well, and that, okay, yeah. So it looks like continuing to happen is this Kennedy Center scavenger hunt. The scavenger hunt at Kennedy Visitor Center Complex.
Or something like that.
Something like that. That's July 1st to August 7th. And I guess you just go and visit the stations, collect your prize at the Information Center or the Space Shop. The 9th Annual Science is Cool event is happening August 5th, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Pacific time. It's a virtual unconference. Virtual, so anybody in the world can tune in. It's for cool teachers, but I've signed up, so hey. All right. And I caught wind of this right before the show. This I don't even have but I think I have it on the.
Yeah,
it's a Space Apps Challenge.
Sure.
Hang on, let me get there. Here it is. Yeah, go ahead and share.
Okay.
So I've seen them do this in the past. It's a Space Apps Challenge. It's hosted by NASA, and it's going to be October 1st, 2nd. And I think you're just going to want to go there, and I have a link. Let me put the link in the chat too for you.
You don't have all the link.
Oops. Thank you very much. I have it in the notes, but I have to grab it all first. Like I said, I caught wind of it right before. I don't know much yet, but I have tried to do this in the past.
Yep.
And I think it's just a way to get everybody in the world together to put together teams and create apps. And anyway, we'll talk about that more because it is a little bit ways away. That's happening on the phone. We'll talk about that more then. You're up.
Okay. If you or someone you know has done something interesting involving space exploration, science, or astronomy, we'd love to share our live. Join us again next Friday night, July. Now I'm doing it. July 22nd for Neil Simmons, someone that Pam knows, or if that doesn't work out, we'll be doing Jovian Vortex Hunter from Zooniverse, where you help them find interesting features in Jupiter's atmosphere.
Yeah, I tried to contact Neil. I had to leave a message. I have not heard back from him, but he's enthusiastic. He wants to be here. He's a local guy. He speaks. He does all kinds of cool stuff. I don't even know what all. Well, yeah. But I'm still waiting to hear from him.
Yeah, he speaks. He does a lot of stuff, but he doesn't really do text. So,
well, I think he wants to learn.
Yep.
Thank you, Cliff. You have a most excellent week as well.
Yep. And sorry, but this is useless trying to take part. But what's the use if the comments are not showing? Dave,
on your side or here?
David, that's why. Well, I've posted every one of your guys' comments up on the screen whenever.
Everything we see, we post.
Yeah, everything we see, we post, because you don't see Facebook and Facebook doesn't see yours. So I post them up here so that the two different groups can see each other.
Yeah, there is one exception. If someone puts something extremely rude, we will not show you that. They're just What is that? It's not spammer, whatever.
Yes.
We're not gonna. They're not our audience. They're not serious. They're just here to, and we don't get. They don't stick around. We don't really see too much of that. I think we've had 3.
Yeah.
since
over the 2 years. Yeah.
It's almost 2 years. Yeah, it'll be 2 years in September that we've had this show. Sorry, Dave, if you want to talk about that. We do our best. We put everything we can see from you up here. I'm not sure what else, what you've missed, what we missed. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
All right. Anything from you?
No.
Anything from you?
Oh. Cliff says.
Yeah, Cliff's doing okay. He's not had a problem.
Now, Cliff, you're on Facebook. David's on
YouTube.
So maybe a YouTube issue.
Maybe that's the
or
difference.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
At this point, it's hard to tell.
We'll do our best. Yeah, we're we're doing this out of love.
Yep.
So far, it's nothing professional about it.
Definitely not. No. As you guys have known over the last couple of years.
Kind of raw. Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, folks. We really appreciate you being here. Let's do a shout out. We haven't done that. Let's see. Cliff and Dave and Scott was here, right?
Yep.
And who else did we have? We had another one. Anthony, right?
Anthony, yeah.
Daniel was here.
Daniel,
Yay, yeah. Daniel. He lives just a couple miles down the road. Yep. Who else? Is that it? Did I get everybody?
Yep, I think that's it for
Thank you so much, everybody.
The comments, at least.
We really, really appreciate you being here. We do our best for you. And if we can improve, we'll keep improving. Trust me, we'll keep doing better and better as much as possible.
Yep.
All right. Have a good week.
See you.
See you. Bye.